Hi, well, what an honor it is to have the Executive Director of Bethany Christian Services, my friend Bob Sherwin, here on the Butler Buzz. So, Bob, thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Oh, you're
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
And over the past year, I've learned a lot more about you and Bethany Christian Services and the wonderful organization that it is. So, let's start by talking a little bit about its mission. What is Bethany Christian Services?
So our main mission is to be the hands and feet of Jesus Christ to vulnerable children, families, and refugees and immigrants.
Yeah, and refugees and immigrants is something
Yes.
kind of newer that we will
Yes.
talk about.
Yeah.
But the Bethany Christian Services has a very rich history.
Right.
Right? Did it start, did I remember, in the 1940s?
Yeah, we started in 1944 in
Okay.
Grand Rapids, Michigan,
Right.
with one child. Child was being abused, and two women who lived in an apartment across the street from this child said they would take the child in, and then a year later they had established a home, and there were 5 children in the home, and it grew from there, and we were founded in Pittsburgh in 1986,
Okay.
and now serve 19 counties in western Pennsylvania.
19 counties in western Pennsylvania. So it's amazing to think back that it just started with
Right,
one seed,
right.
right? And now it's grown.
Yes.
And now reaching so many. And it's international, right?
Yeah, we're global. We're in, besides the United States, we're in 30 states in the U.S. and 10 countries around the world.
Oh, wow. Now, what kind of services specifically
Sure.
do you provide children and families?
Yeah, so we we were founded as an adoption agency, and we still provide services in adoption, but we also provide foster care, family preservation, which is our Safe Families for Children program,
Right.
as well as pregnancy counseling, and we provide pregnancy services to women with substance abuse disorder, and refugee and immigration services through resettlement program and transitional foster care.
Okay. Well, the one that we were talking about earlier was the Protecting Families. Is
Yes.
that right?
Yeah.
What is that about? Let's get into some details
So
there.
yeah, so we provide Safe Families for Children
Safe
is the
Families.
called is the pro what's the program is called, and we work with Children and Youth Services in Butler County.
Okay.
It's one of 3 counties in Western PA that we have this program, and we do 2 things. One is that we have families who would host children with a family in crisis. So
Okay.
as mom and dad get back on their feet, whether it's drug abuse, homelessness, employment, whatever it is.
Health.
Yeah, health issues, correct, yes. We have families who are willing to host their children for a short period of time, 30 to 45 days.
Okay.
Once they're back on their feet, the children return to the families and the crisis is
Resolved.
resolved, yes.
Right.
The other option we have is we also have volunteer family coaches who will go in periodically to the family's home and help them deal with the crisis, whether it's a financial issue or employment issue. It just
Listening, right?
Yes.
Looking at the situation from an outsider's perspective, thinking through it logically. I mean, we can all benefit from that,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll be calling you about something. And you are welcome to call me too.
Sure.
Now, would you say that there's a need then for families to take in, to volunteer?
Yes, we do. We
Do
do.
you need-
we
have
do.
that need?
We do have that need. We have. I think it was. I think we have about 10 families here in Butler County that are willing to host, and I believe we said that we have 3 or 4 family coaches.
Okay.
So yeah,
We could always use more.
We could always use more. Absolutely, yes.
Now, do families and children, et cetera, they contact you directly?
Yes.
Is that how this
So
works?
yeah, they know a family in crisis, or they know of a mom who might be who doesn't have support in the area, and so they'll let us know that they would like to have a family host
Right.
the children, and they contact us, and we go from there.
Okay. And the immigration services that your Bethany Christian Services is now offering, that's something fairly new, right?
Yes, we do within the last year. Yeah.
Within the last year. And is that because you saw an increase of need then, right?
Right. We saw a need across the country, or across the world, excuse me, and at the border. There were those crises in Afghanistan and in Ukraine and at the border, and we had done that in our Grand Rapids and Philadelphia locations, and we decided to kind of expand those services here to Pittsburgh.
Well, you definitely are making a huge impact. You and your team, which I had the
thank
pleasure
you.
of meeting,
Yeah,
making
yeah.
a wonderful impact on the lives of so many.
Yeah.
And we encourage all of you to look into learning more about how you can support,
Yep.
right? Volunteering for one of the many programs that they offer. You also accept donations. I know you
Yes.
do have a fundraiser, at least one every year.
Two. Yeah.
You have two fundraisers?
Two fundraising events. Yep.
And is information about those on your website
Yes,
also?
they can find that. Yes.
Okay,
And
great.
ways to donate. We have a donate button too. It's
Okay.
Bethany.org/Pittsburgh.
All right. Well, thank you, Bob Sherwin. Happy holidays to
Happy
you.
holidays to
Please
you.
tell everybody
Thanks.
I said hello.
I will do that.
And
Yeah.
thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching this episode of the Butler Buzz. If you want to see more, just click on the playlist button up here. To keep up to date with all of Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, click on the subscribe button down here. Hey, I suggest you do both. See you next time.